Hello and welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage. Today's video we're back on the Jeep Renegade. Hopefully get this running and driving in this video. No reason why not. I think I've got all the parts, and if I haven't there's a few bits still coming today. Should be pretty straightforward really, but let's spin around and have a little look what we're going to do. So this is obviously the issue. We have no driver's front suspension corner. But we do have now a replacement strut, hub, drive shaft, control arm, brake flexi and drop link. The two parts that haven't arrived yet are the inner tie rod and the track rod end. So they should be really here any minute now, so I don't think it's going to hold us up. By the time we've got all the rest in, hopefully they will be at home. I can nip home and get them. And then we can get it on the floor and moving around, because as always I can't have things sat on my ramp. I want to put other things on here. So what we're going to do, first of all we need to do three things. We need to remove the lower control arm, which is just 2 bolts. We've got one through there. There's going to be one hiding in there, which I'll come back to in a second. We then need to remove the rest of the drive shaft that's still in place. And if we look at the new one, we can just see the back of this little plate with them captive nuts. So there's 3 bolts literally just holding that plate in, and then the shaft will just pull out of the gearbox and that'll get that out. So on the back of that plate back there, the bolts are on the back of it. Just undo them and pull them out. And then what was the third thing is we need to take the rest of the top mount out up there, which again will only be 3 bolts from above. That'll come out easy. But yeah, this control arm, Fiat like to do this. They do it with the Fiat 500s as well. They like to put a lower subframe support bracket right in front of where the bolt is. So you have to remove this bar to get to the bolt, and to make it that little bit easier for you, they make sure the bolts are on the bumper side, so that in most cases you've got to remove the bumper as well, because these are captive nuts on the back again. Now luckily with our splash guard being out, we can probably get round the corner to that first one and then round the front of the bumper. We've got this little inspection hole where we can get back to the other 2. So fingers crossed we're not going to take the bumper off. We can get to them 3 bolts and then take them 2 pinch bolts out, and that arm should come out to me then and give us access to that control arm. So that is the plan. It shouldn't really be all that difficult to do. It's just oily and dirty, because obviously this shaft has shot CV grease everywhere, so it's rather dirty in here. And I'm pretty sure when we pull that shaft it'll try to spit out gearbox oil, so yeah, that's going to make a mess, so can't wait for that part. Anyway, Chainsaw Man's with us today, so yeah, sorry about that. Let's just get on and get these bits stripped off, I think. Right, we're all stripped down. I've also got the new drive shaft in purely because I didn't want to lose any gearbox oil. So that's back in, ready to go. We've got the top mounts back out. No damage to the turret, that's good. There's the shaft. There's the old control arm, badly bent. And obviously the bit of top mount. I took the drop link off because that snapped. So really we're at the point where we need to start putting the new parts on. And I'm thinking first of all we'll go up with the strut and hub and get that fixed up into the turret. And then control arm will be the next easiest thing to do, I think. And then fingers crossed by that point, hopefully, the inner tie rod and track rod end have turned up. I can go and pick them up. So we're not going to have to stop. I think, hopefully. But it's all gone okay so far. It's just like I say, it's just mucky, dirty jobs really. Put some gloves on for a change. Right, let's carry on then. Let's put it back together. Okay, we're starting to make some progress now. Most of the suspension now is back together. Control arms in there. I had some issues with this drive shaft. The drive shaft I bought, the CV joint were damaged inside there, but luckily between the new and the old one I had enough parts to rebuild it. I just need to put some new clips on it, which I haven't got right now. I'm having to order some, so must remember to do that. So yeah, that's all now back on and all tight. So the other bits we needed then were on our old strut, which I've pulled apart now. We've got the caliper and the carrier, the disc, which is like new, and I needed the bolt for the end of the shaft, which I've already taken off and replaced. So next up we need to fit this brake disc, caliper and carrier, and then we've got the new brake flexi to go on. Repair this wheel speed sensor, and I need to still put that brace back in. And the inner tie rod I think is at home waiting for me, so at some point I'll nip home and grab that, and hopefully we do have all the parts to get this back on the floor. Worst case, if the inner tie rod is at home but the track rod end isn't, there is a track rod end on the old assembly. That would do, just to get it on the floor and have some actual steering input. That would get us by, just to, like I said, just get it off the ramp really and move it around. But yeah, it's just such a messy job, it's horrible really. So, last little bit now, let's get it done and see if it actually drives. Okay, right. It's all back together now. I just did it off camera, save a bit of time lapse. I try not to do too much time lapse at the minute because I know some of you don't like it, so it's all back together. I've also bled the brakes up. Got a little power bleeder, which makes it really easy. It takes like 2 seconds, so tracking somewhere near. Both front tyres are bald, so really we just want to put it on floor and then see if it moves, really, under its own power. I've got a feeling the battery will be kaputted, so we'll have to have the rest of that booster again. That seems to have had enough, I think. I don't know what's going on with it at the moment. It was playing silly buggers earlier someone wanted to borrow it. Auto handbrakes on. Yeah. No power. Right, bear with me for a moment. Okay, so we're actually a few days later, and yeah, the boost pack appears to have given up. So yeah, it was a lot of faffing around trying to get some jump leads on it. But yeah, anyway, so I haven't even shown you now if it moves, have I? So let's just go around here first. Once I did get it running, I left it running for a while, and it's been over a weekend and starts up, no issues. We have no warning lights except for one check light, which is because of that lens in the bumper. I'll put it in gear. It all works. Drives forwards, drives backwards. It actually drives really well. Sounds well. Really happy with it. No, I'm not getting smogged out today, so I'm turning it off. So anyway, yeah, I have done a little bit more as well. I've just trial fit this wing really. It's only on there loose, just to see how it all lined up, because this is obviously a patent part. It's not an original, and that's because there isn't a single original second-hand part available. So I grabbed this just to see how it fit, really, and in all fairness, actually, it fits well. We've got good body lines all the way around. I mean, this is, like I said, this is loose, but if you hold it up, it looks all right. The back of the bonnet's just a bit bent down there, so that needs straightening it up. But yeah, down the door, again, it's a bit bent at the door there, that'll get straightened up. But I mean, there is no wing bracket in there at all, so that's why it's a bit loose. But I mean, yeah, it all lines up okay. It's going to be fine. Need to warm up this bumper a little bit just to get it in there like that. But it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. We've got a couple of other marks. Door handles going to want to be painted. I'm going to get them to do the old door, I think. See what they say. But yeah, really now, it needs to go to the paint shop so that this wing can be painted, all the other bits, and it can all be built up permanent then, before we can start putting any other bits on, really. But it's going to be a nice, quick, easy fix. I've got the lights on order. That grille cover is in the back of the car. Is there anything else I've got? What have I got in here? I've got the reflector for the wing. That's basically that piece for the other side. And we're on the other side. We have a new arch trim. Again, this is a patent part. I've tried it, it looks good. And nice of them, it comes with all the clips on it, which I have actually ordered separate, but they will get used at some point. So that can go on after it's been painted. Here we've got the bumper to wing bracket, which will make all that corner line up and look nice. And yeah, there's the little cover for the front. It's perfectly fine. So all is good. What have I got in the back of here? I don't remember. Alright, just all the old bits. Splash guard was fine. Yeah, very good. So it's going to turn out okay, this car. It's going to be a nice, easy, quick fix. And yeah, that wheel is nice and central as well, isn't it? Now that wing's on, you can see there's the gaps are the same front and back. So yeah, I'll get this off to the paint shop now, and then when it comes back, there'll only be the one more video. We'll do one more video on it. Putting it all back together. I'm not sure on the MOT right now. Obviously we will do an oil and filter, and it'll be a nice in and out job, finished. Great colour. The yellow really does stand out. It makes, like I said before, it makes it look that little bit more than the black one. I do like it. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Big thumbs up if you've liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, because we are getting back on with the C63. I have finally found, well, bought the oil cooler directly from Merck, and it wasn't cheap. Anyway, it's here any day now. So that is the next job. I'm pulling it out and I'm going to crack on with that, because I've got loads of stuff to do. Interior, front end, oh, there's plenty to do. Excited. Right, anyway, thank you as always for watching. Massively appreciated, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.